no doubt that Enterprise Showcase is the greatest attraction for casual connectors in this. Over 40 indie developers demo their games with Casual Connect, and we are about to find out more about them.
It's a space exploration game. You are lone astronauts in space and you have to survive to find your way back to Earth. It's a unique game because unlike any other space game, it's not about fighting in space. It's you're a very lone astronaut and you wake up from cryonics in your spaceship and you don't know where you are in the universe.
This game is a kind of running game, a run and gun game kind with RPG assets. So you have to make some exploration into huge level and kill enemies and associate the good color of fire with enemies. So you can shoot in red or shoot in blue and you have to shoot blue enemy and red enemy.
Well, it's a puzzle game. We got our inspiration from Pipe Mania, but we added an electricity theme, and each level has its own constraints. So we have a time-based level, moves-based level, and we also added extra features that you have to avoid short circuits and typical electrical components, which make the gameplay more diverse, and each level is more different than the level before.
I decided I would like to make my own game because I never found a good airplane management game, so I made it for myself. But then it became a good game, so I decided to distribute it. It's a very realistic game, so it's really like a real life airport, and maybe that's the key point, I would say.
So Dust Hall is a sandbox MMORPG. It's a persistent online world where we throw a couple hundred people into a dark fantasy prison valley, and they have a couple months of like getting out of that valley again.
It's a tower defense platform game with a lot of action. It's a very frenetic action, so you die and you die again.
It's a puzzle game similar to 2048, but with a storyline and graphics and no numbers.
It's a game which has really intense short gameplay loops, so you can play it for 5 minutes on a bus station or whatever. What's cool on this game is that we inspired from a guy who invented word robot, what was Czech novelist Karel Čapek, and basically there is a big storyline in background of this game.
I really always wanted to do a game that included destructible terrain, where you had to blow the landscape up and destroy all these buildings and kind of stuff.
We make real-time multiplayer games for mobile, and this is our game, Critical Strike Pure. And what we're trying to do with this is bring esports to mobile. So we've designed it to be very competitive, but also player-friendly in terms of monetization. So it's not just pay to win, but players can customize their weapons to their own preference, and it's good to build up a community with.
Now that we met our participants, let's find out what was their inspiration while developing their unique games and original characters.
Well, basically I played games my entire life, many genres and many kinds of games, and I really like to do that. When I was a kid I really liked to play it, but now I feel somehow responsible to make it. I'm maybe too old to play as I played when I was a kid, but now I feel that I should do the same and to keep that circle spinning,
We have a really creative team who has a lot of ideas, and we make like a brainstorms and this kind of stuff.
I'm a designer and a musician, so I found the idea to make a game. So I started learning programming, and and they made the game.
People around us inspired us. We didn't want to have some heroes with the muscles, you know, some gorillas. We want actually to have heroes like we are. We believe, as I said, that everybody can awaken a hero within.
Have you ever seen a game about a bean boy? Well, our game is about a bean boy. He's defending his hometown from the army of pigeons. So what you have to do is you have to pee on the pigeons, collect the bonuses and coins, and destroy them.
He comes from planet Earth. He was built by a little girl. But then the little girl said, hey, go and travel the universe and have fun. The main goal is essentially to defend your shuttle and defend yourself and heal the planet by planting trees in specific areas of the planet.
Chimney sweeper, when she was young, she was actually very poor, and she never got present from Santa Claus. So actually, when he grew up, she became chimney sweeper, and now what she's doing, she's stealing presents from Santa and giving to poor children.
The main character of the game is Vincent. It's based on the Tesla appearance. He have to save the world because the evil robots from the space attack Earth. So
The main character is obviously a snake that likes to go partying, to go to the discotheque, and she moves on the dance floor. We really like to play Snake when we were kids, you know, those basic Snakes on Nokia cell phones. But so we wanted to make something similar, but we wanted to improve it, to make it interesting for younger generations that maybe never played that game, and somehow different for our generations to remind the game, but to see it in in different environments.
This game about the king who wanted to make a cool party with the pretty girls on a final level. The name of the king is Eric. He very loud party and hot girls.
It's a Helga, a Viking warrior girl. We call it a maiden, and she progressed to the really hard battling woman, and then into a spiritual Valkyrie.
It's a choppy fish, so it's our main character of our game. So it's gonna be changed, the colors, the type of fish, so this happy fish. His dream is to earn a lot of money, to be the top one of ours and Android games, so this is his dream.
Somewhere in his early childhood, there was a problem of him and his mother. His mother was too strict. She was prohibiting him from doing a lot of things, including gummy bears. But while he was growing up, this gummy bear, it turned out in a forbidden fruit for him. When he was a teenager, his psychology, he broke up, and it turned out in hating gummy bears. Something that you want to get, but you cannot get, you start to hate it. That's why it turned out in this crazy creature who is drinking booze all the time, and some Sunday morning after hard drinking on Saturday evening, he woke up and saw a gummy bear stealing his favorite bottle for booze. He said, oh no way, it cannot go longer like this anymore. He took his chainsaw and he started to chase gummy bears, killing them and collecting them in the underground, in the basement of his house.